What is going on, you guys? Welcome back. Today we are going to be installing our new shifter. As you guys probably saw last video, 2 videos ago, I'm not sure. This isn't actually a new shifter, this is actually the stock shifter here, but what we did is we put the Steeda handle on it, mainly because I have the Barton Hybrid 3 on the car right now, but I've been having issues with it over the past year. It's just been giving me some problems. It does not feel right as a shifter. I mean, it's super notchy, and I know it's probably not just shifter, but the transmission as well. So I'm hoping that putting in the stock shifter will fix it, considering I did drive a couple stock cars and they still felt great after a few thousand miles I've been on them. So hopefully this will be a good fix for it. If not, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But we already have the car jacked up on all 4s here, and the reason why we have it jacked up on all 4s is because we're actually going to have to remove the exhaust on the car. Now, to do the shifter install, we don't have to actually remove the exhaust, but it is going to make our lives a lot easier. I mean, first time I put the shifter in, it took me like 5 hours just because I was too stubborn to remove the exhaust. So I know removing the exhaust and then just dropping that support for the transmission is gonna make our life so much easier. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we did just get the exhaust out here. I'm not really gonna go over how to do that because we do have a video on that. So next thing that we're gonna have to do is we're hopping inside the car. What we're gonna do, we're going to go ahead and just take off our shift knob and just take off our bezel around there. So, perfect. Our shift knob is off, and we have a ring basically of the Loctite that was on there. And to get this bezel up, just lift from the front and pull straight up. A lot of the times these break, so if yours breaks but mine didn't, don't be scared, it's okay. It happens all the time, literally all the time. So now, since we actually have a Barton shifter in here, ours is actually gonna be a little bit different. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this guy apart and then go ahead and start getting underneath the car. So let's go over to that. All right, you guys, so we got the top portion done. So if we just hop underneath the car, I have a jack supporting just a little bit on the transmission. And what we are going to do is just remove these 2 bolts, one right there, and then same on both sides. And the reason why I have the jack right there is because that jack is going to support our transmission, so we can just lower it a little bit. Now it is connected to the drive shaft, which if we follow it all the way down, connected to the differential, and then we have that middle piece holding up the drive shaft there. So our transmission isn't going to drop or nothing's going to break. It is just going to allow us some slack so the transmission can sit a little bit lower for us to go ahead and work on the shifter now. After we do that, then we're gonna go ahead and loosen these 2 bolts up here, those 2 up there, and we're just gonna go ahead and start getting what's it called? The trans mount out from underneath the car. So we do have the cross member taken out, which means all we have to do is just lower the jack and you'll see the transmission. Damn Volkswagens. But anyways, you'll start to see the transmission slowly start to lower, so let's go and do that. And there it goes. Oh, it's pulling our exhaust down with it. Perfect. Now we have plenty of slack on our transmission. Doing just this alone is going to give you so much more workspace, considering how tight of an area that we're working in with this shifter. It's like right above transmission, literally 0 space to get in and out. So let's go ahead and start taking off our trans mount bracket, and then I think after that we just have to loosen 2 bolts to get the shifter out. So I'm going to do that. All right, you guys, we have the shifter out of the car, as you can see. Now, what I was able to do, instead of dismantling the bottom, like a lot of install videos might show you, if you disconnect this piece as a whole, it actually will come up, but from the top. So basically what we have here, we have 1 bolt that feeds through the side here. This one's a 10mm bolt, then we have 1 bolt. This one sits on top, going down this way onto the transmission. You can't see this bolt. I mean, you can if you get a really good angle on it, but it's extremely hard to, so that doesn't really matter. Then you have this pivot piece right here that has a 4.5, what's it called? Allen bolts inside of it, and that just keeps this straight so it's not deflecting, moving, anything like that. And basically, now, what I was able to do, once you disconnect all that, I was able to pull it out and then pull it up from the inside of the car. So it did take a little bit of moving around, but it was able to come out easily. So now what we're gonna do, we're going to see if we can actually get our stock new shifter in, but without having to take the whole bottom piece off like we would have to do taking out the stock shifter. So all we're gonna do now, we're gonna take our stock shifter, we're gonna go ahead and try to get it in the car. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, but since it is a lot smaller from the base right there, and it's just skinnier in general, we're gonna see what we can do. So good news here, we were able to get the stock shifter in without having to take away that whole top plate. Now this part, let me see if I get a shot on it here for you guys. I don't know if you see it. Here's the arm from before, and then the shifter's just kind of sitting in there right now. This will only work if you have the entire exhaust disconnected like how I have, and basically these center pieces right here, and then the transmission mount disconnected as well from right here. This is the only way that you'll be able to get it in. If you don't, then you'll have to take off the bottom bracket and whatnot just to get that shifter in there. Now, all we have to do, there's one bolt that feeds through here, and basically it's all the way up in there. I can't get a camera angle on there for you guys, but afterwards, I'll show you what it looks like installed. So let's go ahead and just put it in. Our shifter's in, and this feels weird. But it's alright. Let's hit the road first. Before we go anywhere, let's see. First gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, sixth gear. Okay. Oh, this is weird. This is really weird. Alright. First impression now. With this shifter in, all that clunky and notchiness is actually gone now. There isn't any more of that gear trying to force it into gear or anything like that. Like, it actually is shifting really smooth right now into gears, which feels amazing. Oh my gosh, I haven't felt this in a long time, like a year and a half almost 2 years. My shifter's been like that because I put it in almost immediately after I got it. The shifter is no longer a trans mount shifter because it's stock. So basically it's back to the body mount, and this feels great. I never thought I'd say this, but a stock shifter feels better than a Barton Hybrid 3. I don't know if I could get used to how loose it is though, because I had the springs in the Barton Hybrid, which made it really tight shifting into gears, but this is just, I miss this. This feels really good. The gear length, it does feel a little bit longer. I don't know if that's because of how tight the Barton was, or if it actually is longer, a longer throw than the Barton, because if you've seen the Barton Hybrid 3, it's a whole entire shifter assembly, as you guys probably saw as I took it apart in the video. So I don't know exactly the measurements on the shifter there, but basically this one feels, since it's looser, to me it feels like it's a longer shift. But I mean, it still drives and shifts super smooth. Like, I'm genuinely impressed with how this car is shifting right now. Let's see here. Wow, all right. So yes, this is the Steeda race. No, this isn't the Steeda race. This is the Steeda street shifter. So it's basically just the shaft, and they switch out the reverse collar on it. You're basically mainly just paying for that shaft there. But this feels so good compared to that Barton Hybrid 3. I don't know if it has to do with the transmission from the 15 to 17 and how they switched it over to the new transmission in the 2018 and 2020. I mean, it's still a crappy transmission, but that Barton in my 2015 car felt way better than it does in this car here. So I don't know what's going on with that. Damn, this feels good though. On the Barton, whenever I switched into third gear or fourth gear close to redline, it would go into gear and then pop back out. Now, when this happened, I did try adjusting the shifter at least maybe 3 or 4 times, thinking that the alignment on the alignment plate was off. I tried that. There was no way I was able to fix it, so I just kind of gave up, said that that's how the shifter was, and moved on. But after putting this stock shifter back in, I can go into second, third, and fourth gear, no problem at all. I was almost redlining it basically, and it was still not giving me any issues. Oh man. I'd say this was a good change. I'd say this was worth it. I know I am getting rid of a $400, $500 shifter, but to be honest, if it's not feeling right, then I'm not gonna keep, you know, using something that basically feels like it's broken. So this Steeda one, it feels really good. I mean, it is a little bit looser, like I said, because it doesn't have any kind of tension on it. Basically, it's just the stock shifter. But still, I think I love this way better than my Barton. Now, I could contact Barton and see if there's anything up with it, but so far they haven't given me anything that was actually helpful. So I feel like it's just the shifter. But to be honest, I'd say everybody should get a shifter like this. If you don't want to go crazy switching out the entire shifter, just this piece right here alone changes everything. And I feel like this could have been factory, to be honest. I know Ford Performance sells one, but it's like 250 bucks, something like that. And this is the Steeda one for, I think, like 130. Still so worth it. So anybody who really wants to get a short throw shifter without breaking the bank, Steeda, what is it, Steeda street shifter, definitely the way to go. I actually love this. This makes such a difference. Gears are still so smooth now. that is gonna be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry that I couldn't get the best angles on installing the shifter. Now, if you guys seen any other videos, I know CJ Pony Parts, I think, has a video on it. I think they have a couple videos on shifters, actually. But CJ Pony Parts, NGW, I mean, a few different companies have YouTube videos on it. It's just really hard to get a camera angle in there, which is why I wasn't trying to get the camera in there. So, hopefully, what I told you guys helped a little bit at least. But if not, I'm sorry. But like I said, that is going to be a wrap for today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything, just drop it in the comment box down below. And don't forget, feel free to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. See ya.